For those of you who always ask whether or not I'm ever going to have a custom guitar made just for me, I did already. This is the guitar that no one has ever seen and that no one will understand. Let me tell you why I have so many guitars at this exact moment in time. And I'll give you a tour of each one, no tones, just very quickly what the guitar is. So for those of you who don't know, I have a job working at a university in New York City. And since starting the YouTube channel last year, I've been trying to transition away from that career path to doing YouTube guitar lessons and stuff like that full-time online. As part of that process, as you know, I do gear reviews, and there are so many guitars that I would love to review in extreme detail. And since I work at a university, I don't have a lot of work to do during the summer right now, 2023. And we also got a boss a few months ago, and that boss immediately started firing a bunch of people. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get fired this time in 2024. So I decided I needed to stockpile all the guitars, go all in, invest all of my money, and start doing a bunch of guitar reviews in extreme detail with a great playing, all of that stuff this summer. This is the first guitar. I won't talk about it for too long because I have a full video on this one. It is a Parker Southern Nightfly. I love this guitar, but I never play it. I said I would never sell it, but since I never play it, maybe I will end up selling it. So essentially we have a carbon fiber fretboard, stainless steel frets, and then we have an ash body, Tele pickups. I believe these are Seymour Duncans. And then we have the Fishman Power Bridge, so we have piezo sounds on this guitar as well. Beautiful swamp ash body. Again, review is already on the channel. So this is an Ormsby Rusty Cooley signature model. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I got this guitar, why I was so interested in it, but first I want to tell you the weird timing that the universe gives you. I told you earlier in the video that at some point a few months ago, whenever it was, I decided that I need to just say, don't worry about your savings, just go all in and buy all the guitars and review all the guitars and see what happens. And when I made that decision, maybe 10 hours later, this guitar appeared on Reverb. I wanted the purple version, but I've had this guitar, the 6-string version, marked on Reverb, and one hasn't come for sale in like a year and a half that I've been looking for one. I could not buy one in a year and a half. And the moment I decided that I'm just going to buy whatever I want and not worry about the consequences right now as an investment in the business, it just appeared online. And so I got it, mint condition. It even has the same strings it was shipped with when it was sold. So yeah, amazing guitar. Now, in terms of why I would be interested in this guitar, as some of you may know, I am a metalhead. Like, I play bluesy, jazzy stuff, but in my heart, I've always been a metalhead. I used to wear the trips with the chains hanging off, all of that stuff. The black nail polish, I did it all. And when I was into that stuff a bit more visually, I was a huge fan of Rusty Cooley because he was one of the fastest players on the planet. His very short-lived band Outworld were freaking amazing. Their live version of Warcry, I mean, it's just, the singer in that band was so amazingly good. I wish they had a longer career. But this guitar really interested me because it has unparalleled upper fret access. There's so much carving up here so you can get to the upper frets no matter how flamboyant you wave your hand. It has more than 24 frets, 24, 25, 26, 27 frets. And everything from the 12th fret up has a nice scallop on it to make it easier to play. And then on the back, of course, an amazingly well-sculpted heel joint. So yeah, very excited to show this guitar eventually. To be honest, it is so extreme. The fan is so extreme. The design is so extreme that I'm having a hard time playing it. It doesn't feel like a normal guitar to me. Very high quality, of course, but obviously this is not made for jazz chords and bluesy bends and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey trying to get myself used to playing this guitar, but full review eventually, and 99% sure I will eventually sell this guitar as well. Also, locking tuners and a locking nut. So take note, other companies, I don't care if you're putting a locking nut on the guitar. If the guitar is a certain amount of money, put locking tuners on it too anyway. Don't care if we're not even using locking tuners, okay? Just put it on there. Also, I have a work meeting in exactly 15 minutes, so we need to move this along a bit faster. This is my most recent guitar. It is a PRS Miles Kennedy signature guitar. You probably already saw the review of this guitar as well on YouTube, but I think it's awesome. I really like it, but I'm definitely not keeping it. I got this one specifically to review, and yeah, great guitar, but don't need it. This is the only guitar today that I'm going to show you that I will definitely not sell you. This is currently my number one guitar. It is an Abasi Concepts ME6 guitar. I have a review on this guitar, but I have a very, very long detailed review coming. It is absolutely amazing. Check out that video. Right here we have the Kaizen 6 by Ernie Ball Music Man. Amazing guitar, amazing quality, very interesting features. Full review coming. Long story short, not keeping this one either. I prefer the ME6. To be honest, I always thought that I was going to buy this guitar and the ME6 and review them and then sell both of them. But I love the ME6 so much I'm not selling it, but this one I'm not keeping. Definitely not. But amazing guitar, just not for me. Very comfortable against the body. Steinberger gearless locking tuners. They work amazingly well, but I don't really like them because when I'm trying to tune, let me see if I can show you this. When I'm trying to tune, my big stupid hands get they get caught in this area and I can't really grab the tuners really well. Anyway, that's the guitar. And this is my only VGA guitar that I own right now. It is a Sean Lane signature VGA guitar. The thing that makes this guitar different from every other VGA and every other guitar on the market is that it has a completely flat fretboard. So there is zero radius, it's completely flat, and it is an amazing shredder guitar. No review on this yet, but there is a review on this guitar on Patreon. And yeah, I will be looking to sell this guitar in the near future. I love it, but there's only so many guitars you can play. And don't forget to like the video to support the channel. So right here we have a PRS DGT SE guitar. I didn't expect to like this guitar as much as I do, but this is actually a guitar that I really love. In fact, if I was going to keep just one guitar for under $1,000 that I own currently, it would have to be this guitar. The pickups are amazing, the bridge is amazing, the neck is super comfortable, the fretwork is amazing, it stays in tune. I mean, I really, really like this guitar a bit. And yeah, the fact that it holds a candle to any of my guitars that cost $4,000, that alone should tell you how amazing this instrument is for the price and just amazing in general as a guitar. This is my Bob Ware D'Angelico signature model Premier, the cheaper version of the signature model. Amazing guitar. This was one of my favorite guitars that I've ever bought. I changed the tuners to the locking ones, which come on the more expensive version. I changed the bridge to a Vega Trem, the good Vega Trem, not the crappy Telly one. And I love this guitar. I had it for about a year. I played it a lot, but I'm going to be selling this one. Actually, it's ready for sale. The reason I'm selling it is because I just like the PRS guitar a bit more. And I'm not going to keep two guitars in the same price tier when I only play one of them. Okay, so this guitar has a funny story. In one of my longer podcast style videos, I was talking about some specs that I really like on a guitar. And I was complaining about how I want a guitar with a fat neck and a 20-inch radius and how no company makes that guitar. And I was so upset. Someone left a comment saying, oh, have you heard of the Fat Boy carving guitar, the Allen Holdsworth signature model? He said it has a fat neck and a 20-inch radius. And I was like, no, I never heard of that guitar. And so I, been looking for one, found one for a good price, and here it is. I really love this guitar for a few reasons. Number one, it is very hollow. So you get kind of like an archtop sound if you just play it acoustically. So that's really cool. And then also the pickups are absolutely phenomenal. These Allen Holdsworth pickups are great. And yeah, I love the way the neck feels and all of that stuff. They make another version of this guitar with a floating bridge. So if I get that one, I'll probably sell this one. But I would love to shoot this one out with the current Kiesel Allen Holdsworth signature model, the headless guitar. I think a video or series comparing those two guitars, that would be really cool. Back here we have my Klein Steli. I've wanted to try a Klein guitar for a very long time. And the beautiful thing about this guitar is that it sits here in the perfect position. Really great guitar. Fat neck like I like. It also has Evo Gold frets, which I think, at least to my ears, they sound like something in between stainless steel and nickel, which makes sense because Evo Gold, in terms of its hardness, is in between stainless steel and nickel. So if you can hear a difference in frets, and I think you can, This one sounds a bit more traditional than the stainless steel stuff. The one thing that drives me crazy about this guitar is that you have to remove the neck like an old school Tele to adjust the truss rod. And right now we just went from spring to very humid summer in New Jersey. And can you hear that? This guitar is literally all fret buzz, because if you set up a guitar super low at that bleeding edge of comfort, if the neck shifts a little bit, you are screwed. I mean, it's horrible. So I have to take off the neck and adjust the truss rod, and yeah, I'll probably have to set it up with higher action in the future so I don't have to keep taking off the neck to adjust it. But point being, great guitar, but I really hate the fact that it has the truss rod adjustment on the inside. This is my Parker Fly. My work meeting starts in literally 6 minutes, so I need to hurry up. But yeah, mint condition Parker Fly. The neck is too thin for me, but when I met Ken Parker, I had this guitar with me, and so I feel like I should keep it. Might sell it one day, but you know, there's no rush. This guitar is beautiful, and when I do play it, I always enjoy it. So mint condition, everything works. Purple because I'm a millennial who grew up with Bam Margera. Love this guitar. So I didn't get through the video in time for my work meeting, but I strongly believe almost every meeting can be an email and nothing important is happening. So I have my headphone in. I have the meeting going on right here on Zoom. And we're going to keep talking about guitars unless I hear someone say my name. This is a Sire T7. This is a really cool guitar. I've been meaning to sell this for a while now, but I have to put in the Tele string ferrules. I broke some when we were trying to install a different bridge on here, and I've been meaning to replace it so I can put this for sale, but I haven't yet. So yeah, I'm definitely going to sell this. It's basically in mint condition in terms of the fretwork. There is one scratch on the back of the neck because it dropped. Someone in my family knocked it over. And then we have the, paint damage from taking out the string ferrules. But apart from that, this guitar plays and looks like brand new. And eventually I need to put this online to sell. I actually don't own this guitar. This is a JBG, Joe Bochar guitar. Amazing builder, I believe in Wisconsin. And I have a full review on this guitar if you're interested. It's not for sale, it's not mine, I'm just borrowing it, but I really, really love it. I love the way it sounds. It's very comfortable, it's very reliable. It's like the looks of an old school Tele with a little bit of an offset feel. And yeah, full review is already on the channel for this guitar. So if you're interested in this one, you can watch that video. So this is a Squier Tele. I'm planning on doing a series of videos, and I won't tell you all the details right now, but I wanted an old school Tele style guitar to compare for those videos, and I wasn't going to buy a USA made Tele, so I just went and got a Squier. And actually, guitar is surprisingly good. I forget how much this one costs, but it's definitely under $500, maybe $300 or something like that. But really, really nice guitar, all things considered. Haven't played it much yet. I really just bought it so that I can show it in the video. And yeah, this will be easy to sell locally for a few bucks. So wasn't a big issue for me to buy it. No concerns there. It will be for sale eventually, obviously. And as part of that idea of some standard guitars, I also have a Squier Strat. This is the cheapest Squier Strat that they sell. And this is one of the worst guitars that I've played in recent memory. I'm not going to lie. I understand that it's an inexpensive guitar, but I remember my first electric guitar was a Squier. It was a black Squier. And I'm 100% sure that at the time, that one was $100. I got it from Guitar Center on 14th Street. My father bought it for me when I was in, I think, 8th grade or 7th grade. That guitar I played for a long time and it was very good for a Squier. And this guitar doesn't feel anything like that. I feel like maybe this quality has gone down over the years with these guitars. So this was almost $200. It's the cheapest Squier Strat. And yeah, would not recommend it, to be honest. Save your money. Save a little bit more money and get something a little bit nicer, because this is not it. But in terms of showing what a Strat is, it'll work. And also, the pickups are actually fine. I mean, like the pickups, there's nothing wrong with the pickups. It's just everything else. Like the neck isn't really good. It isn't finished well. You can feel the skunk stripe in the back. The frets are horrible. The bridge is horrible. But the pickups are nice. Maybe this is just one dud out of the batch of Squiers, but It is what it is. Anyway, I've been talking about my cheapest guitar for way too long. Let's go on to some of the more interesting stuff. This is this Epiphone guitar that I got specifically for the Gibson Experiment. This one is going to be gone very soon. And yeah, not much to say here. There's already a full review on this guitar. But didn't love it. Good quality. Neck too thin. The vibrola is a little bit weird. So anyway, more details, full review if you want to see it. But this is not one that I'm keeping. So if you're a fancy YouTuber with a storage space or a giant house, having all these guitars could be really, really fun. But let me show you what it actually looks like if you are an average person living in the hood and you have too many guitars. This is what it looks like. You walk in, you have too many boxes, they're everywhere. You have guitar cases, guitars and bags everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's just guitar bags and guitar bags. And you keep going, and then there's more guitars, and more guitars, and more guitar bags, and more guitars. And here's the part that everyone really never tells you about. You got to keep all of these boxes so that you can ship the guitars. And then when you go into your office space, you run out of racks. So there's a guitar here. There's all of these guitars and guitar cases in the closet. And then you come to your work area, and there's a guitar there. And there's a guitar in the chair already. And the guitar rack is filled. And there's guitars in stands. And guitars leaning against the barrier. It's just too much. It's too much. This is an Ibanez bass with the tag still on. So I bought this about 2 months ago because I'm trying to get better at production and recording like actual songs and stuff. And this is a short scale bass, so I figured it'll be easy for me to play this. But in terms of my production, I'm still just working on drum programming. So I haven't even got into some of the bass mixing and EQing stuff. So it's just sitting in the back over there with the tag still on. I doubt I'm ever going to be a bass player. And if I end up just using bass plugins instead of the actual thing, I will sell this guitar. It is mint condition. It's literally never been played. You probably remember this one. This is my Strandberg Bowden Fusion neck through. This one is going to eventually be sold, but I already have 2 offers who want to buy it from me. And I also think this will sell really, really fast online. So I guess if you're interested, you can ask for it as well. You can put in your bid, but most likely this is not going to last long once I decide to sell it. I haven't yet because it is really comfortable for playing on the couch and just traveling with. And I don't really want to let it go, but yeah, I don't need it. Especially since I have the Abasi Concepts ME6. That guitar has replaced so much for me. Yet another Parker Nightfly. This one has the Shure Sword Thornbucker pickups, and it also has that Seymour Duncan switch, power switch, hyper switch thing in there. I forgot what it's called, but there's a review of the switch on YouTube that I did, and this was the guitar. This was also the guitar that inspired my Parker Nightfly that I made with different pickups. So that's that guitar. This is the Andre Flood signature Parker Nightfly with my fancy pickups and my Jason Becker inlays. I haven't been playing this guitar much lately because there is actually an issue with the piezo bridge, and we couldn't figure out the issue with it very quickly, so we just disabled the piezo bridge, so we just have the magnetic pickups. Still an amazing guitar, and when I record some more lessons, I will use this guitar because I have this thing connected to it so that I can show you the notes that I'm playing on screen. So full review on this guitar is already on the channel along with the pickups, but I still have it. Definitely not for sale. Really love it. The Steinberger ZT3, but right now it is having a sustainer pickup installed in it, so I'll just put a clip in of that guitar right now. And here we have my Gibson SG of the famed Gibson Experiment. The video that has so many negative comments that I refuse to look at it again. But good guitar, not for me. Currently on sale. Of course, I added the Floyd Rhodes FRX bridge, added locking tuners. There it is. Okay, this is D'Angelico or D'Angelico XL New Yorker archtop guitar. Very, very lovely guitar. This one is also for sale. The reason it's for sale is because I already have a different arch top. This one is a bit bigger and a bit heavier, and I like it a bit more in terms of its comfort. It's quite nice, and it feels good to play as a longer, lankier person. All of that stuff's not in tune, but you get the idea. I'll show you the guitar that I'm keeping, but I'm selling this one right now because if I ever do want to play an arch top and I do want to travel, this one is really big and bulky, and the other arch top that I have is a bit smaller. So, you know, these are easy to find. So if I decide in the future I need one of these again, which I probably won't, then I'll get it. But otherwise, you know, when I go back to playing arch top stuff, there's plenty of arch tops on the market for me to consider. And this is good, very good. But yeah, don't need it right now. I was selling my other arch top because I'm keeping this one. This is a Godin Fifth Avenue arch top. Very lightweight, very nice, comfortable neck, all of that stuff. And these don't usually come with a pickup, but the prior owner installed a pickup. Very nice pickup in there, and it has the volume knob and tone knob down here, which is the best place to have it so you don't hit it when you're playing. And yeah, keeping this arch top because if I ever want to play an arch top, and I frequently do, this is the one that I play. This is a Parker P38. This guitar has gone through many, many iterations in terms of the things that I've done to it, the different pickups, all of that stuff, the different tuners, but this was my main guitar from like age 17 up until like, I don't know, age 24, 25 or so. This guitar has been with me through high school, through college, through Florida College, through New York City College, through India. And there's also a video of this guitar already on the YouTube. This is a very nice gypsy jazz guitar. I don't play it as much as I should, but it's not for sale because I do plan on getting back into playing gypsy jazz a bit more. And when I say gypsy jazz, I don't really play lead stuff. I just play rhythm because rhythm guitar is so much fun. So, have it for when I want to play it some more. Not for sale. Great sound. Very nice guitar. This is a Parker acoustic. I wanted this guitar because I wanted an acoustic guitar that plays like an electric guitar. Sounds great acoustically. It has the EQ up there on the top and on the side. And a neck pickup. So, not mint condition, but amazing guitar. I will probably sell this eventually, but I'm definitely in no rush to sell it right now. And yeah, really like this one as well. So, this is the guitar that no one has ever seen and that no one will understand. This is the guitar that I had built with an amazing luthier in California named Christian Allen. Christian Allen, as a luthier, he's such an amazing guy. I remember I wanted something pretty simple in terms of the look, and then he wanted to do all of these fancy touches, and he would send me emails like, hey, Andre, can I add a little bit of a different color wood right here to make it look pretty? And I'm like, sure, man, do whatever you want. And he's like, hey, can I add a gloss on the compartment? I'm like, sure, man, do whatever you want. He's like, oh, he's like, how do you feel about putting a little lip on the top of the guitar to make it look a little bit more interesting? I don't know if you can see that lip up there. And I'm like, yeah, man, sure, whatever. So, you know, great guy. Very well invested in how the guitar looks in addition to how it sounds. Obviously, it sounds and looks amazing, but also it looks amazing. And he was really keen on that being the case. You know, even down here, you can see the detail on different types of wood being used and all of that stuff. And the whole idea of this was when the pandemic started a few years ago, I was really invested in getting into playing Indian classical music on guitar. Prior, I had played Indian classical music on guitar and I also studied voice. But I wanted to create my own style with a special instrument that was a mix between a sitar and South Indian veena, Saraswati veena. So we had this guitar built. It took 2 years to design and build. You can put 6 strings on it and play it like a regular guitar if you want, but I have it set up this way because I bend these strings a lot like a sitar. And then I have the harp strings over here. And this right here, the Chikari strings, you can play rhythmically along with these strings. And these are actually Blackhawk pickups, so they're really hot, but they're also really clean, which I like. And the interesting thing is that every part of this guitar has both electronic pickups, humbucking, so it's silent, so the harp has a humbucking pickup. This Chicardi has a custom-made humbucking pickup. Then he has the Blackhawks. but they all also have piezo bridges. I can split each one of these to piezo and or electronic, like magnetic pickup. Or if you put a plug into just the one jack, everything goes through just that one jack with just the magnetic pickups. And it's all passive piezo. So you should really go into a mixture if you're trying to get all of the sounds. But if you just want to get the simple sound of the magnetic pickups on a pinch with no electronics, no mixer, plug into one jack, all the sounds, and it's amazing. Also, this little plate right here is removable, but I have this here because when you put your arm over it, you don't have to worry about hitting the harp strings with your arm because they go all the way to the back. You can see them back there. So when you're installing new strings, you have to take this off, but then you can put it back on as a nice plate to rest your arm. I mean, we really thought about everything. It took us a long time to design this. Like I said, we were working on this for 2 years, so amazing. Stainless steel frets. These are the biggest stainless steel fret wire you can buy. And I also have these strange tuners on the top. I had 4 of them installed. One is removed for right now. And I can drop the pitch and do a little cool effects while I'm playing. Now, the unfortunate thing is, I was really excited about playing this guitar and getting into this style and developing my own style. But the guitar took 2 years to make. Right when it came, I started the YouTube channel. And I've been so busy with the YouTube channel and trying to grow that I haven't been able to invest much time into this yet. My goal is to get the YouTube channel going and have that do really well. And once it's doing really well, I really want to spend more time with this guitar and this genre of music because it's amazing, it's beautiful, the neck is perfect, and yeah. For those of you who always ask whether or not I'm ever going to have a custom guitar made just for me, I did already, right? Now, of course, eventually I'll have another guitar made for American music, so to speak, but this is my guitar for Indian music. One day, we'll have a separate YouTube channel of just me doing Indian music and developing that, and this will be the guitar. Didn't even tell you the name of it. Her name is Lalita. Lalita is a rag from Carnatic music, and there's a Hindustani version of that rag called Lalit. Totally different rags, but they both sound amazing, and I like them both. And when I first emailed Christian, I was listening a lot to Lalita in Carnatic music, so we named it Lalita. So that's the guitar collection. I highly doubt I will ever own this many guitars again because, again, before the channel, I only had a handful of guitars, maybe 3, 4 at the most. And so having this many guitars, it's not really my thing. But again, we're doing it to invest in the YouTube channel. I'm going to get these reviews out, all types of playing. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. If you want to support the efforts, check out the Patreon below. I have detailed reviews of all these guitars on Patreon. I also do lessons, custom Q&A. You send me a message, I send you a video response, all of that stuff. It's linked below. My meeting is still going on. By the way, I'm Andre Flood. I'll talk to you soon.